Hey Virgo. Okay. In the work category, wow, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a wonderful card in the work category. This card is all about creating a legacy and really having something to show for all your hard work. So some of you may be getting some recognition in your work, and it can be in the form of um, monetary gain, promotion, a raise, things like that. And it can also be just that. So this can also just be like you've launched a project and it's going really well, and like it's you're just proud of it. Like your name is sort of attached to it. It was your baby that you brought along and launched into the world, and everyone knows that that was your accomplishment and you're being recognized for it. Well, that's nice. They have a kingfisher down here. We have one of those at my parents' camp. He's quite a, I think it's the male we hear. He's quite a um, interesting bird. He's very chattery and busy and dives into the water and catches his food. He's pretty awesome. Okay, sorry about that little aside. So anyway, in your work, some people could be retiring or thinking about retirement. Things like that, starting a retirement plan. So this is all about legacy and inheritance and a solid home life. Maybe you get a new job and you're able to buy a house or upgrade your house or things along those lines. Um, so it's a very good card to have in the work category. So in the relationships, we have the Justice card. So something is being brought into balance. You're in your relationships. You're feeling like you've been heard, or you're just having a really good period of balance where you're sort of mutually supporting each other and helping each other out, and things are you're both sort of pulling your own weight. This can be in any sort of relationship. It doesn't have to just be a romantic relationship. But in your relationships, you feel like you have good people around you that are sort of your equal. And you balance each other out and help each other out as needed. And that's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It can represent legal matters. So it can be that if you're unfortunately in a conflict, there is a resolution that is fair to both parties. Remember, sometimes compromise is involved in that, and it can feel, just because you didn't get everything you want, unfair, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is. And sometimes you have to, it has to be that take and give and take. And some compromise, you can't always have it all your own way, and you'll have a hard time in your relationships if everything has to always go exactly your way. So be open to this, type of, of being fair and making sure that you're seeing the other person's side and weighing it carefully and coming from a place of honesty and balance. I love these cards. You see the spider. Very nice. Okay, in the home, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is so far a really interesting reading. It's very, the King of Wands, he's mature, he's passionate and inspiring. The Ten of Pentacles is a very, like, sort of I think of like an old card. Like, it's very mature and solid and grounded. The Justice card, again, is very solid and grounded and balanced and fair. There's a maturity to it, to this reading this month. And at the home, though, here, this is all about, um, the wheel turns and turns and turns, and there are just cycles that really are completely out of your control. And if you learn to ride in the center of the wheel, aka stay centered, you're able to move through the ups and downs of life without getting without letting things that happen get you completely off track. And so there's a level of maturity in this reading, and this is just showing at home as things go up and down, you're able to stay centered and ride it out, um, without letting it affect you negatively. So things may be changing in your home environment. Maybe, gosh, it's so hard to give examples because I don't want to say this is exactly what's going to happen, but to try to give you a more concrete idea. So, say on the negative, like you could get some water in your basement or something, or you're um, on the positive, maybe. See, I can't think of anything that's in the home. Maybe you guys win the lottery. Not necessarily a huge lottery, but you win an extra $1,000. That really helps. So there's sort of the ups and downs, and are you smart about that $1,000? Do you save it? And so in case your basement does get some water in it, you're protected, or do you blow it? Well, I think this month, you're saving it because you're really coming from a real place of maturity and saying, and not getting like, oh my God, let's go to Vegas. You're like, let's save this for a rainy day, and just keep moving on, and not go crazy just because good or bad things happen. So we have two major arcana on the table. In the spirituality category, we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, so I see this. I see us leaving behind negativity. Swords are thoughts. So I always think of this card as leaving emotional baggage behind, negative thoughts, um, situations that no longer serve us. And that again is a real sign of maturity, to be able to not stay caught up in drama. Some people, I think, and especially younger people, and I know I was definitely like this, um, very much, or were, just went around reacting to everything and being emotionally upset and fired up, and all sorts of things that just don't really serve you well and serve no purpose, and just bring a lot of stress and anxiety and drama into your life. And you can keep manifesting that and perpetuating that over and over again. So this is sort of the idea of leaving that stuff behind and moving on and getting away from sort of those negative habits that just are not at all productive, and really are something that happens when you're less mature, right? This guy would be very, and I'm a fire sign, would be very, passionate and get hot-headed, and when he was younger, but he's matured and he knows how to channel that in a positive way. So we're bringing sort of this this lesson, this spiritual lesson of training our minds to be still and leave negative thoughts, negative situations behind, and walking away and moving to a place of peace and calm and balance, and centeredness. And it's a conscious thought and purposeful action that we're doing this, and it's really showing, and you're growing and maturing because of this conscious movement away from that type of living and lifestyle. Take care.